pioneering first cohort of students. This event really just to mark the transition of our learners into practitioners. This course has equipped them with not only foundational knowledge, but with real world product marketing skills that employers and startups are actually seeking. And as we get right into this ceremony, I'm sure that this is something that would become really, really evident to you that this course has really run its course. And in case there's just anyone here on the call, in this meeting, wondering why does this matter? Why is this, essential? Um, the Product Marketing School Accelerator course is the first of its kind in Africa. This ceremony isn't just a milestone for the students, it's also a milestone for the product marketing ecosystem across the continent that you could say is really, really budding, really developing, and just growing. What we have done over the course of the few months that we spent in school is to really raise the standard. I mean, by combining deep industry knowledge, deep industry mentorship, portfolio driven learning, job readiness. I can tell you the list is very long. We've definitely set the bar for what product marketing education can look like and should look like for everyone out there. And these graduates are the proof of it. And we can't wait to show them off to the world and send them right there into the spaces that they have been thoroughly equipped and designed to function well. These graduates have invested in themselves. They've adopted to a rigorous pace. I mean, just wait till you hear from some of them the rigor that they have had to submit themselves to through the duration of this course. They've collaborated across borders. We have many people that have joined us from different parts of the continent and some even outside the continent to be a part of what we're doing in product marketing school. They have delivered projects and not just theory, as you would see that is commonplace in some institutions. And I can only say honestly that this is just the beginning. This ceremony is to really launch them into a thriving alumni community that we have built, where they would continue to grow, lead and shape the future of tech, software as a service, and go to market excellence and much more out there. And we're really, really thrilled to have you here with us on board for today's graduation ceremony. We look to make it a pleasant experience. It is indeed a prestigious moment. I mean, if you have submitted yourself to the process in product marketing school, you should be truly, truly, and deeply proud of you. And we hope that you are, because we're deeply proud of you, are deeply proud of every single person that will be graduating today. And just before we get deep into the ceremony, I just want to share with us a few housekeeping rules to ensure we hit the ground running and everything goes smoothly and as planned, just to ensure a productive section. And I want us all to take note of this. Please, as you join the ceremony, kindly ensure to join or adjust your settings to reflect your full name. We would like to see and take account of every person that has graced us with their presence in today's ceremony. We'd like to have your full names. I would advise everyone to please connect to a stable internet source to avoid disruption. I can guarantee you do not want to miss any part of the ceremony, from the lineup of speakers to the speech from the director of curriculum, to every single part of the ceremony has been thoroughly designed to give you such a remarkable experience, and you do not want to miss out on that due to connectivity issues or disruptions and all that from background noises. Please keep your microphones on mute when you're not speaking, to minimize the background noise and interferences. We would also encourage you to turn on your cameras during interactive segments to foster engagement. During this ceremony, some of the graduates may be called on to, share some of their experiences. We encourage you to turn your cameras on. We'd love to see your beautiful faces and, hear from your point of view. For questions, we know you'd have questions and comments either during the panel sessions, or you want to report a technical issue or call attention to it. We would like you to make use of the chat room. Kindly drop a chat. We have a moderator, we have a tech person on standby to closely monitor the chat room and pick up on all your responses and messages there as well. Please use the raise the hand feature if you wish to speak or contribute during the question and answer segment. If you toggle the settings here on the platform, you would locate the raise your hand feature, and you can use that to contribute during the question and answer segment. Please maintain a respectful tone. We have a culture of respect in the school, and we would advise every person on the call and in the ceremony with us today to maintain a respectful tone, allow others to finish before speaking or responding, or generally avoid speaking over people or communicating in a tone that is not respectful towards another person. We would also like to mention, for privacy's sake and for policy's sake, that this session is being recorded for documentation purpose, and we would like you to have that in mind. So very quickly, before I, bring someone, a very special person within the school's administration and faculty, to speak to us for a few minutes, I would like to just get a feel of the many persons that we have here on the call, just so we could also get you familiar with some of the features and how to use the chat room. I'd like you to use the chat room right now and drop a comment. Tell us your name, tell us your city, your location, where you're joining from. Tell us if you're a graduating student. I want to see all the graduating students in the room. Tell us if you're graduating. Tell us if you received an invite from one of the graduates. Tell us your location. We want to catch the spot of everyone that is on the call today. You can locate the chat feature. I think there's a 3 dot part that shows in-call messages, and you can use that feature to drop your comments. Tell us how you're feeling about the graduation ceremony. Tell us how you're feeling. I, for one, as a school administrator, is feeling super excited. This is a moment that we have looked forward to since the inception of the program and the course. It's been a long time coming, a stretch of months, just thoroughly pouring into the members that would be graduating today for this cohort. And it's just a thing of joy and a thing of pride to see them come this far. And really excited as faculty members to have them. So please use the feature. Tell us where you're joining from. Tell us how you're feeling in this moment about your ceremony. And as we get that going, I'd like to invite someone very special. I think this is someone you're all familiar with, that you know. This is the director of curriculum for the product marketing school, to give us his welcome address. Please join me as we make welcome Ikedichi Egwu.
Good afternoon, everyone. So our guests who have joined us from other parts of the world, I would say good morning. Those of you joining us from the Pacific time, good morning. Our keynote speaker is already here. One amazing thing I've noted about Peyman, our keynote speaker, is the fact that he's always on time. At Peachscore, during office hour, you might think, oh, when I get there, he might not be there yet, but he's always on time. Thank you, Peyman. We are glad to have you with us. Thank you so much. All right, so without further ado, let me get right into it so that we can get into other more important parts of the program. Like the school admin or administrator rightly said, I am the director of curriculum, and it's been an exciting journey so far. By the way, did we see that she did an amazing job? Like, she did a great job. She's really good at this. I mean, can we all give her a round of applause, please? She did an amazing job. Thank you so much, Comfort Abimbologa. Thank you for that amazing hosting, if I may put it that way. All right. So, hi, everyone. Someone said she speaks so well. That's true. She speaks really well. Thank you so much for being here today. I honestly still remember the moment we asked ourselves this question: Why uh, are there no more product marketing managers leading global companies, across the world? And we also thought, why are startups, especially in this part of the world, failing or shutting down as fast as the start? All right. You see, these questions and among many others, all right, sparked what has now become Product Marketing School. And sitting here today, because I'm sitting, I would have loved to say standing here, but I'm sitting here today, all right, seeing our very first cohort. It's surreal. It's a proud moment, I must confess. We built Product Marketing School because we knew there were smart, driven people across Africa who just needed the right kind of training, structure, and support. Not just another course, not just another program, but something really practical, all right? Something real, something tangible, something they could relate to, something away from the norm, what they had been used to. A program built by people doing the actual work for people who want to do the work too. And this past few months, all right, our scholars have gone deep. When I say deep, they've really gone deep. We've learned quite a lot, all right, from market research or research generally, and message to go-to-market strategy and growth. They've built projects, they've asked the hard questions, and they've pushed through even when it got tough. I mean, I'm going to be sharing eventually, much later, some of the funny moments we had in the community. It was really a tough one for many of them, how they would give feedbacks in regard with how at some point it was already becoming overwhelming. Yet, they pushed through, all right? And it's something I would like to commend every one of our graduating students here today for, all right? And today, they are not just finishing a course, all right? They are stepping into their next big chapter, confident, equipped, and ready. In fact, if you are a founder here, you are an employer here, and you want to enlist any one of our graduating scholars, I make bold to tell you that when you take them, they would not be needing another course to function on their role. That is how thoroughly furnished they are. So to everyone who has been part of this journey, our mentors, our partners, notable mention to brands like PrizeSkout. PrizeSkout, I work with PrizeSkout. All right, PrizeSkout was really supportive right from the first day. Brands like Techclout, Sphere NG, OGW Terminal, thank you so much. Thank you. And to the team, and especially our amazing scholars, I want to say thank you. You guys have been quite phenomenal. Now, today is all about celebrating what we've started and where we are going next. I want to say welcome. Please have a great ceremony. Relax. We are one big people here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Miss Comfort Oga, if you are speaking, your mic is muted.
Thank you very much, Ikedichi. Thank you so much for such a warm welcoming address. I mean, the applause can tell it all. Just a quick story about, having the front row seat in, getting things started with product marketing school, and just to spotlight the immense contribution Ikedichi has had to the progress and the development of the school. Ikedichi is such a powerhouse. He's a very, very intelligent, very solid, very principled expert in his field. And this is something everyone within the faculty and within the school can attest to. We are truly, truly thankful to have you on board as the director of curriculum. Thank you for spearheading the training sessions and really pouring into the graduates that we have here today. And right now, we're going to be going into a very key moment in today's ceremony. We're going to have the floor open to some scholarly reflections from some of our graduates in the room with us today. it has really, really been a ride. And I mean, a really, 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 really beautiful one. But it has also been a stretch. And we only thought it befitting to open, this session up to them to share their experiences and to just walk us through, give us, a window into what they have experienced being a part of product marketing school. So for the next few minutes, we'll be hearing from some of these amazing, amazing, amazing people that are graduating today. And for our time, we might not be able to take everyone, graduating today. So we're just going to call a few persons. So if you hear your name, we'd like you to do us the honors and share with us your experience. We want to know how this experience has changed you. You can take us from when you got into the school, how the curriculum, changed your perspective and your understanding of product marketing. Would like you to tell us some key learning moments that you're not going to forget, some of the challenges and breakthrough moments that you experienced during your course with the school. I like Jesu Feromi Olowe to kindly share with us your experience. Jesu Feromi.
Please, just to follow me if you're there, feel free to turn on your camera and unmute your mic. Just to follow me, are you there? Okay, I think.
All right. So while we wait for Jesu Feromi to, do us that honors, I like Adetunji Melody, Ayola Israel, Sheyi Israel to also get ready. Jesu Feromi, you have the floor. Kindly share with us. We want to hear from you. We know how rigorous, how beautiful, how stretching this experience has been. And there are quite a number of persons on this call that wants to get a look into it and just have you share your journey so far, leading on up onto this, remarkable day where you're graduating from the school. All right, I think just to confirm, you might be experiencing some connectivity issues. So to get us moving along, we would have to return to Jesu Me. Adetunji Melody, can you kindly do us the honors of sharing your experience and how this experience in product marketing school has changed you, your focus on your learning moments, challenges and breakthrough within this system?
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, we can hear you.
Okay, great, great. I feel so honored to be here. Um, it's surreal, like our director of curriculum said. When this opportunity came in January, I was thinking I've taken a course in product marketing with one other school, UTIVA, and I was expecting more. And as I was going across it, I discovered there was a lot that wasn't covered. And I was like, so I just paid for this and I'm not getting it. But anyways, let me just, go through it. And then Nathaniel shared this opportunity with me. And I said, okay, what do I have to lose? Let me give it a shot. Right. So I've taken a course in digital marketing and I'm currently a social media manager. So it's all been about marketing for me, but I knew beyond. I wasn't just looking to be a social media manager. I want to build a career. I want to be in roles where I'm actually making strategic decisions and working with teams and being creative and innovative. So it was just a beautiful opportunity for me. So we started with there was this one we had, it was free, and we had, the classes were very, very easy to absorb thanks to our instructor. And assignment, what I love so much was about product marketing school is where the assignments are structured. Like it gives you a real experience of real life projects and how businesses are running their marketing. So what stood out for me the most in has been about research, the qualitative and quantitative research, because if you don't do research to understand your audience, to understand your customers, how are you even going to be able to meet them at the point of their needs? How are you going to be able to serve them? The other part that I can't get out of my head is positioning. So he said something earlier about many startups, they come up and before you know, they're out because someone just has an idea that, oh, this is going to be a fantastic product. It just came to me and I think it's going to be fantastic. And we've not done research to find out that, is this actually a need? Is there actually a market? Are there actually people that really need? Okay, so what's the ratio? What is we did the addressable market and all of that. What percentage of people can we actually meet that would be profitable before going on to now create the product? So when you don't go through the right route, you end up at some point flopping. So that stood out for me. Doing the research, getting your unique value proposition for a product, and making sure that you align it with your customers' needs, with their pain points. Okay, even though your product is fantastic, how does it meet my need? Why should I buy it? Why should I get into it? All those things, Tiny, I can't get it out of my head. And I believe that for every business, for every startup, for every organization, that's what matters the most. So once again, thank you for the opportunity, and I am thrilled to be here. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you so much, Melody. Thank you for doing us the honors and sharing your experience with us. It's really awesome to see product marketing school from your own lens, and we're truly thankful for you sharing your experience. In case anyone missed, the opening remarks, I mean, you've heard it clear, loud and clear. One of the things we mentioned at the beginning was that every single person graduating here today invested in themselves, submitted themselves to a rigorous process, collaborated across borders, worked on hands-on projects, combined deep industry mentorship, portfolio-driven learnings to get to where they are today. And it's beautiful to see. It's a sight to be able to hear from them and hear just how well, the curriculum has drilled the knowledge of product marketing and, its accompanying areas just into their minds. And it's beautiful to really see. Just right now, I want Ayola Israel to also share with us, his beautiful moments, learning moments, challenges and breakthroughs within the course of the school program. Ayola Israel.
Hello, everyone. Good
Hello.
afternoon. Can we hear me very well?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Comfort Oga. I'm really, really excited, more than excited to be here today. Such a beautiful and memorable experience. I remember back then in January when all of this was going to start. It was just for me, just trying something that is very, very new. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know anything. I knew little about product marketing, and I was very, very just open to see what's going to be happening. I remember I keep recounting my story with product marketing school, and I would always talk about my first encounter with Mr. Dichi when we got on a call. That call still does something to me because it was a moment of speaking, reassuring me that it's not just going to be one of those other courses that I've taken with time, and it's going to give me practical experience. And I must say that the very first thing that enrolling with product marketing school did to me was I am the kind of person that I've always had my LinkedIn page, yeah, but it was so funny that my first LinkedIn post, even after I've had a LinkedIn account since probably 2017 or 2018, was because product marketing school wanted me to share my journey with product marketing and to also be out there. And I must say that's a very, very good word welcome
That's a good word to is. I'm giving that to product marketing school because the engagement was just going to allow us to tell our stories, recount our stories online. And I want to say thank you for that. The journey with the lessons, the modules were quite engaging. The teaching style of Mr. Dichi, I must say, is commendable because before we even enrolled to the master class, I remember that he was doing a teaser class and he was just going to spit out value in 3 to 4 minutes. And I was like, what kind of a man would do this kind of thing in 3 to 4 minutes? And that also spurred me to want to be a partaker. And I must say, joining the whole lesson was really educative. All of the classes, I can still remember some of the things that Mr. Dichi was going to speak to us in class. It was very, very engaging, ensuring that he checks up and ensures that he uses our feedbacks to improve on other lessons. And I must say that thank you, Product Marketing School, for putting this out. All the modules, all the lessons, the assignments were very, very good, and it engaged us, prepared us for the real world. I want to say thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Israel. We want you to know that we're deeply proud of you. Thank you, Melody, as well, for sharing your experience. We're really, really thrilled to have you here. And in case anyone has missed such a very key point that both persons have mentioned, is how practical and how hands-on the curriculum has been for our students. When we set out, we had, a faculty meeting, and we decided, what, we're not just going to give people and hand over to them theory, as you would see with many institutions and schools out there. We said we wanted individuals that would come out of this curriculum, come out of this school, come out of this duration and time with us to have practical and hands-on experience. We want them to come out fully ready to take on amazing, amazing opportunities that are already waiting for them out there. And it's just so awesome and encouraging to hear these testimonies from this person and see that it looks like we did a good job. It looks like we did a really good job, and we're really excited. Right now, I would like Shei Israel, to please share with us your experience as well. Shei Israel. While we wait for Shei Israel, Christiana Chuku and Sarah Oko would also like to hear from you as well. Shei Israel, kindly share with us your experience. All right, while we wait for Shei Israel to join us, I'd like Christiana Chuku. Christiana, can you kindly share with us your experience? All right. I really do hope we have taken measures to ensure that we do not experience connectivity issues. You do not want to miss any part of today's session. I think we have Christiana here with us. Hello, Christiana. It's good to have you. Can you kindly share with us your experience as one of the graduating students from the Product Marketing School?
Um, Hi everyone. My name is Christiana Chiku. Apologies for the wind I'm outside. My experience with product marketing school has been, I'd say, one of a kind. It's my first time being in or taking a certification with a school that really prioritizes, um, I'd say, one-to-one engagement success. I say this because at no point did it feel like it was a, like a group, like people in a group. And usually when you're in a group setting like that, like the WhatsApp platform we had, it's hard for the like the admin to keep track of everyone's progress. But surprisingly, the admin was doing that very well. At no point was anyone that I know of was left behind. He did a very good job carrying everyone along, making sure even though we were in a group, everyone had like the same equal access to like the group admins, the curriculum officer. So which I believe was very, very commendable. It's hard for most admins to keep track with groups like that of their progress. And then another thing that stood out for me was the reassurance we were always given. I remember one time, like towards the end of the program, I was about to dropping out because I had so much modules to still cover. And I believe the admin, Ikedichi, he noticed and then he reached out to me at a point I was even dodging him. But he kept pressing on. He reached out to me. Um he encouraged me. I told him about the challenges I was having. He encouraged me, asked where I'd got to the module in my module learning. I told him, and then he encouraged me to go on and see if I could cover up to a meaningful um, length, and then try my hands on taking the exams. And I'm thankful to him because if not for him, I would not be here today. The program was really, it's a program that was taught well. With the way it was arranged, it shows people really sat down, looked at the four corners of the program, and they knew what needed to be put in place to make sure this succeeded. So kudos to the team, kudos to the curriculum officer, kudos to the admins of the WhatsApp group. You all did a very good job. I was not disappointed with putting my faith on a certification school I had seen their sponsored ad on Instagram, and then I decided to just give it a shot. It was really worth the time. It was worth the money. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Christiana. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. And just as Christiana has mentioned, we didn't just want to open up a school to prospective persons that was impersonal and was just abstract, that lacked interactions, follow up. And it was a really important factor when we were starting out, and we made that resolution that at no point would any student feel abandoned, because this is a common place you would see out there. You just get on board and you're pretty much left to yourself. We also understood the rigor and the challenges that they would face along the way, and we decided that nobody was going to feel left out or feel that they had to face the curriculum all by themselves without support. I'm glad to hear the students mentioning that they had hands-on support, faculty members were accessible, they could reach out to us at any time to get insight, get any issues resolved. And it's just really awesome to hear that feedback as well. Thank you for sharing that with us, Christiana. We just want to take this moment to also spotlight that we're deeply proud of you. We are excited that you decided to stay committed at the very end and pull through. And we're really happy to see you graduating today. Congratulations. Right now, Judith would like Judith to kindly share with us her experience so far. Judith, can you kindly share with us your experience?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Judith Obi, and I'm really, really excited to be one of the graduates today. So, when I joined product marketing school, it was so intense, it was eye-opening and transformative. I actually came in with curiosity and clarity, but I left with so much clarity. I learned how to deeply understand customers. But then, beyond the whole frameworks and case studies, what actually stood out was the community. because I actually came in late, so I was kind of behind. So when I had um difficulties, I talked to my mates and they really helped me out, and it was really, really, really um good. I learned a lot alongside brilliant people, driven people who challenged me and supported me. So there were moments of um breakthrough and plenty of late nights, but every bit of it helped shape the marketer I'm becoming. And again, I feel like product marketing school, this product marketing school I got into wasn't just about learning about product marketing. It was about becoming someone who can confidently bring products to life and make sure they matter in the market. So the experience was really, really good.
Thank you very much, Judith. Thank you for sharing your experience. We're happy to hear that you have had a pleasant experience all through your stay and your time here in the school. It's really, really exciting to hear. Jisu Fermi had earlier shared her experience with us in the chat room, but she has her hands raised. Jisu Fermi, are you now in a place to unmute and share your experience, or you would like us to read your experience out?
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm
Good
sorry I could not
afternoon.
speak earlier. I wasn't really in a space to speak, but if it is okay with you, I could go ahead and share my experience with you.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so everyone, it's so nice to be here, and it is a great privilege to be part of the first cohort of Product Marketing School. It has really been an exciting experience for me. But firstly, I want to say thank you to Ikedichi. Just walked up to me and asked what I was doing. I told him I was in research, and then he talked about product marketing school. What really intrigued me was the way he spoke about it. He really sold the idea to me. And I thought that, oh, if Ikedichi could do that, maybe this school to teach me how to confidently sell probably anything to anybody, how to convince them that, oh, I'm this good. And being from an humanities background, this course has been something completely different and totally new. And I was having doubts about my abilities to be able to do this. But the courses were really beginner friendly, and the way they piled up on top of each other just really made it comforting. Like the difficulty level wasn't too raised that I would not be able to understand the concept. And Ikedichi being an amazing person has been so encouraging throughout this entire journey. And this school has been an amazing school. And now, confidently, especially during my capstone project, I got to see how people really do matter in the space of marketing and positioning. That it's not just about the whole bling of the product you're selling, but really about the people buying that product. And that it helped me frame, like it gave me sort of like a path. It focused my path somehow, and I'm truly, truly grateful about that. It's very different from every other product course out there. And the community too has been great, really, really nice. And I just want to say thank you for all the organizers, the directors, and everybody. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Jesse, for me. I want to believe everybody can hear me. Thank you. That was a beautiful one. I still remember Jesse me, how we stood talking, trying to get her into the program, and she was not exactly sure. And I remember that when she would reach out to me eventually to share her feedback, I was all teary because I wasn't expecting that would come from her. I mean, and it's a testament to the fact that we, in regard with the impact we set out to make. By God's grace, we are getting close to it. I'm not going to say we have really hit it, because we just really started. All right, we just truly started. And I know that it's even going to be bigger than this. Now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting to a very equally important part of this segment. And this part is very personal to me, because my story as the director of product marketing school, all right, can be tied to this part that connects to many other parts. A quick background. I have my boss here on the call with us, the CEO of PrizeSkout, and then we have Peyman Shahmirzadi on the call. Peyman, you're going to forgive me. You're going to forgive me. I apologize if I didn't pronounce it correctly. And he's also on the call with us. And I'm going to be bringing Peyman up very quickly. But before that, I got into how did I get to meet Peyman? I met Peyman through Peachscore, an accelerator we got into. PrizeSkout. Everybody here, if you are graduating from product marketing school, you must have heard about PrizeSkout. But PrizeSkout has been one of our main case studies in product marketing school. And I remember how product marketing school started. We were in our Lagos office at the time when my boss looked at me and he said, you should be passing this knowledge on to others, looking at what we have been able to do to our own product within the course of 6 months. I was like, on my birthday, I'd like to launch a product marketing school. He said, no, start now. I was like, really? He said, start. We'll support you. And I must confess, that one word, start, was what gave birth to product marketing school. And despite that, I work with PrizeSkout and I'm co-founder with him at PrizeSkout, it might interest you to know that he has never for a second made it look like I was neglecting one for the other. And he celebrates every win as far as it has to do with product marketing school. Through PrizeSkout, I got into Peachscore Accelerator. Then while at Peachscore, I met Peyman and we got talking. One of those days, more recently, he said, so he asked question in regard with product marketing school. And I told him, there was one question he asked, how can I help you? I wasn't expecting that, but the rest, they say, is history. And we are here today. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not too heavy, all right, I'd like for you to put them together as we make welcome our keynote speaker today, who is no other person than the amazing Peyman, the co-founder and chief operating officer of PrizeSkout, of Peachscore rather, the largest data-driven accelerator in the world. Amazing stuff going on there. Anyway, you're going to be hearing from him. Thank you for joining us, Peyman. How's it going over there?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right, well, good day, everyone, and thank you for the warm welcome. It's an honor to join you today in this for this historic moment, the graduation of the very first cohort of the product marketing school in Lagos. I want to begin by extending my thanks to your director, Ikedichi. It's been amazing working with you during the Peachscore program. Thank you so much, and thank you for inviting me to speak. Now, I've come to get to know Ikedichi a bit. He's not only a recent graduate of Peachscore, data-driven accelerator, but also someone whose passion and commitment to the Africa's innovation ecosystem truly stands out. And that's something I saw firsthand. Let's give him and yourself a round of applause for the achievement that brought us all here today. So congratulations to you all. Now, today isn't just a graduation ceremony. It's a statement that Nigeria is ready, that Africa is ready. Throughout our cohorts in the Peachscore Accelerator, I have seen many entrepreneurs across Africa. Now with the Product Marketing School and you, the graduates, product marketing talent on this continent is rising with skill, with confidence. What you've accomplished here today is not easy. You are the very first class to complete this program designed for broad impact, built on the realities and opportunities unique to Lagos, Nigeria, and Africa. That in itself is historic. And I want to say this clearly. You're not just graduates. You recognize the value of product marketing, took action, and are now trailblazers. I join you today from Los Angeles in the United States as the co-founder and CEO of Peachscore, a global data accelerator. But more importantly, I join you as someone who's walked and continues to walk the entrepreneurial path. My career spans 3 decades in many roles, from software to hardware engineering, from marketing to program management and operations, from enterprises with over 150,000 employees to startups with only a team of 2. And I've seen firsthand the trial, tribulations, and challenges along moments of success. Frankly, there have always been failures along the way, but each one taught me something invaluable. Every mistake, every wrong turn, every closed door became a stepping stone that shaped who I am today and how I lead today. That's the truth of entrepreneurship. It's not a straight line. It's messy, it's uncertain, and yet it's worth it. Entrepreneurship is incredibly hard. Let's be honest about that. It demands sacrifice, persistence, emotional resilience, the ability to keep going when everything else around you is unclear. It's not for everyone, and that's okay. But if this is the path that's chosen, especially by those with a foundation in product marketing, they'll have a distinct edge. Why? Because entrepreneurship isn't about building a product. It's about solving real problems. And that begins not in code, not in capital, but in understanding your customers and the problems they are facing. When asked why do startups fail, the typical answer is, well, they run out of money, which is true. However, another reason is they fail because they build a product that no one wants. Let's think about that a little. Because they built a product that no one wants. They put a team together, spend endless hours, days, months, sometimes years, building products that they find out that no one needs or wants. And believe me, I've seen such companies. Frankly, I'd much rather fail because of running out of money versus spending my most valuable resource, which is my time, building something that no customer wants, that no one else wants. You might think this doesn't happen, but it does. Why? Because of lack of market research, lack of understanding the target market, the target customer, lack of understanding what problems they are facing. Once you understand that, then you begin to look at how your product can solve their problem and serve their market. This is product marketing and why it is so important for building successful companies. As investors, we say there are 2 types of founders. Those that build a product, fall in love with it, and then go look for a market to hopefully sell into it. And there are those that identify a problem, a pain in a given market, an industry, business, or consumer profiles, and realize there needs to be a better way. We can build a solution to solve that problem. As you can imagine, the latter type of founders are a lot more attractive to investors with much higher chances of success. The most successful entrepreneurs aren't just builders. They are deep listeners, careful observers, and master translators of pain points into meaningful solutions. They view problems from the lens of the person experiencing it, the customer, and you, now you, the graduates, the product marketers. You are trained to do exactly that. This is a key value you need to take away from the product marketing school. As product marketers, know how to frame a narrative around the problem, how to position a solution that resonates, and how to bring it to market with clarity and focus. That ability to truly understand the customer and translates insights into product truth is one of the most powerful tools in entrepreneurship. Because while ideas are everywhere, and believe me, there are, but it is the clear understanding of customers, as well as the execution, the insight, and the emotional intelligence behind the idea that sets great founders apart. And that's where you as product marketers already have a head start. Now at Peachscore, I've had the privilege of supporting over 800 startups from 84 countries so far, and I've seen many from Africa, just like Ikedichi with PrizeSkout. We've provided a long list of benefits and value from insights, tools, and education on our platform to endless mentorship opportunities and investor visibility. But none of that came easy. It came through relentless iteration, careful planning, and unwavering belief in our mission. That every startup deserves access to education, mentorship, tools, insights, and capital. I'm getting noise. Oh, there we go. Thank you. So let me restate. Our mission is that every startup deserves access to education, mentorship, tools, insights, and capital, and opportunities to thrive. Every startup doesn't need to be in Silicon Valley to succeed. There is incredible innovation and skilled founder talent around the globe. They just need a bridge to access and support. And that's what Peachscore provides, because we listen to entrepreneurs. We listen to our customers. We did our market research. Throughout my career, whether leading organizations, building international partnerships, or launching sustainable tech solutions, one thing has remained constant: the importance of aligning purpose with performance. Integrity as the foundation with focus on delivering value, both of which are key in life and business, in my view. I've led teams across continents manage high-pressure, high-impact projects and build systems from scratch, not because I had all the answers, but because I learned how to listen, how to adapt, and bring the right people into the room. So let me leave you with a few lessons I've learned, lessons I hope that they will serve you on your journey. First, believe in your vision, even when no one else does. You don't need mass approval to begin, just conviction. Second, build with data, but never forget the people behind the numbers. Relationships and trust still matter. Integrity matters. Third, don't fear failure. Embrace it. Let it teach you, refine you, redirect you. Failure is the stepping stone to success. Never forget. Focus on impact, not just accolades. If you solve real problems for real people, success will follow. And I always say, don't chase money. Deliver value with integrity and money will follow. Let's shift back to your role as product marketers. You're the ones who sit in the intersection of product, customer, and market. You're the voice of clarity in a sea of noise. Let me restate that. You are the voice of clarity in a sea of noise within the business. And in a startup, product marketing is not just a function, it's a growth engine. So build that engine intentionally. Start with discovery. Deeply understand your customer's pain. Nail your positioning. Why does your product matter? Launch with intention. Align every team behind one clear story. And grow with data. Test, learn, adapt. And this is how you win in any market. Especially in regions where there are infrastructure gaps, market fragmentation, and user diversity require you to be laser focused on relevance. Very important. Of course, the road ahead won't be easy, but remember, every challenge is also an invitation to innovate. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Start with what you have. Build lean, build local, but aim global. And build with confidence that you're part of something bigger than yourself. For all the graduates, this is your moment. You've earned it. But even more, you've shown what's possible when vision meets execution. Africa's product marketing talent is emerging. And the question now is, what will you do next? I hope you go and build. Build startups, build markets, build careers that uplifts others. Be bold and be curious. And don't forget to bring others along with you. Surround yourself with high-value people and organizations. Don't be afraid or too shy to engage with advisors and mentors. And know that the virtual doors of Peachscore are always open, so feel free to reach out. Thank you again, Ikedichi, for the opportunity to speak today, and congratulations on the success of this program. Thank you, Product Marketing School team, for providing this resource and opportunity to your students. This is absolutely vital in growing the startup ecosystem and building the skill set. And to the graduates, I once again say congratulations. Cohort 1, you are not just the first. You are the beginning of something extraordinary. So let's go build the future together. Thank you all. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Peyman. That was quite concise, as is always been the case when interacting with you. Please, can we give Peyman a round of applause?
Thank you.
Can we give him a round of applause? Thank you so much. I must confess that what you shared here today was not just for our graduating scholars. It was equally for people like us. I mean, I got quite a lot. Does anybody have any question they would like to ask in the comment section? But I noted a couple of things that Peyman said. For example, he said, believe in your vision. And that was a really hard one. Believe in your vision, especially when nobody is validating you and you have to be the one validating yourself. When it looks like nobody's cheering you, nobody's clapping, your belief is what is going to keep you going. And he also said something about integrity. I had seen it on his LinkedIn page. It was a quote, and it's amazing how he repeated it today. All right, it's not just about the relationships; it's about what do you call it? In the integrity, being a person who does what they say they will do, and doing exactly that. In fact, that's one thing that has stood out for me in regard with my relationship with my boss at PrizeSkout. I remember when he would call me out over something, and he said to me, I trust you, I believe you, and I don't want to ever have a reason to say Ikedichi might mean something else when this is what he's saying. And that really stood out for me, you know. So integrity is key. And he did say something that equally stood out. Don't chase money. Deliver money, and money will deliver value rather, and money would follow.
Yep.
And in fact, we have exemplified that with what we are doing at Product Marketing School. The goal has always been to deliver value, impactful value. And that explains why many of them got in on either partial scholarship, full scholarship, even at the risk of losing money initially, in quotes. We were willing to do it. We were willing to it was really exciting for us to do. Thank you, Peyman. Please, I don't know if anybody has a question they would like to ask. If you have asked the question in the comment section or you want to ask, please do as quickly as possible. I don't want to keep any of our guests waiting. Anybody, you have a question you want to ask? See, this is an opportunity for you because, okay, let me say this openly. For those of you in cohort 2, Peyman has offered to come take any topic of our choosing on a live call. All right, are you guys not excited? It's going to be coming, and it's going to be more extensive than what we just did here. He's willing to spend as much as over an hour with us on a live call. He said once it's properly planned, we should let him know. Can we all say thank you by giving him a clap in the comments? Using our favorite
pleasure.
Thank you so much, Peyman. It appears. Okay, someone said. Let me see. Someone asked the question. Okay, someone said, "Thank you, Peyman." This is from Oyetunji Ayola. That must be Ayola, Israel. So he said, "Thank you, Peyman. What would you say if all odds are against one in building as a startup, for example, or the limitation of finances?" So Israel, I suppose your question is, what can one do if it appears all odds are against one when building a startup? Is that your question, Israel? Okay, he said yes. Yes. So for example, with the unavailability of funds, startup capital. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I have an easy answer. Join Peachscore. And so I say that in jest, but I'm serious because but when, so this is not a unique situation. All startups face this. Not everybody has the privilege of having either a strong financial backing themselves or having friends and family that are willing to give them investment money to go build a company. So most startups, most founders end up having to go raise money. And the question is all about access, learning how to do that. That's the first and foremost. What does it mean to build a venture backable startup? You know, and there's a lot of things that go into that. And this is frankly why we built the accelerator program that we did on top of our technology, because we wanted to provide this education. We wanted to provide access for you to be able to come and learn how to do this, be able to meet investors in Silicon Valley, meet investors across North America, and have those opportunities available to you. So you need to reach out and look for programs, look for support, advisors, mentors that are able to help you in that journey. It's not if you have a thought of that, I need to know everything and I can do it all by myself, the chance of failure is extremely high. And let me say this, you know, if I were to go build another startup today, I did come up with a new problem that I see, and I decide to go build a startup. First thing I would do is build an advisory board around me, find mentors around me in order for them to help me. Because you have to have the right team around you in order to support you. And that's the number one thing I recommend, right? So money will come, but you need to understand how to get there. And look for programs, look for resources that are able to support you. And one of the reasons I've spoken with Ikedichi a lot in our office hours, and that's why we have that, in order for you to be able to come in and speak with myself or other advisors, you know, twice a day, you know, every weekday, you know, and that's something we did specially just because we know we have founders from 84 countries, and not everybody's sitting in Silicon Valley or in LA. This is a way you're able to get the expertise and get the knowledge you need in order to be able to go build successful companies.
Thank you so much, Peyman. Israel, I hope your question was answered. He said, see, forget about money at the initial stage of your startup idea. Look for mentors, look for supports, all right? Get the advisors around you. And really, I must state that it's one thing that has been quite helpful for us, even at PrizeSkout. Getting into Peachscore has so transformed what we are doing at PrizeSkout. I remember how I will come back to tell my CEO, this pitch deck thing that we're working on is getting tiring. Because every time on a call back then, you get on a call and you would think you are coming with the best pitch deck. And Peyman will look at it. Within the split of a second, it tells you this is what you need to fix. Go and do this. Would you go do it and come back? I know we have adjusted PrizeSkout's pitch deck not less than 20 times. We kept on doing it because Peyman would not let us be, but it's paying off. It's paying off. Then at Product Marketing School, we have also been riding on the wings of mentors. One of them has been my CEO at PrizeSkout. Every now and then he tells us, this is what you do. This is what I think you should do next. I think you should do this. And I have a couple of other persons on this call with us, with whom I would occasionally jump on calls, get to ask questions in regard with what they thought we could be doing next. What do you think from an outsider perspective? What do you think we're not doing right? And it really helped us to get to this point. I mean, if you weren't for mentorship, we would have been all over the place for a new school. And that would not have been good look because we were just still figuring things out. And mentorship helped us to keep our distribution strategy very selective. So get mentors. That was what he said. And someone then asked the question. I guess that's the last question we're going to take because Peyman, we don't want to keep you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We don't want to keep you. I know we are still going to bring you. Someone said, how do you see product marketing evolving in the kind of ecosystem Peachscore is building? How do you see product marketing evolving?
Well, so product marketing is never a linear thing. It always is evolving because technology is evolving, markets are evolving, the type of problems in the world are evolving, right? The type of problems we're solving today are not the same type of problems we were solving when I started my career, right? So you have to be able to adapt. This is why it's such a crucial role, as I was saying earlier. You know, when I said you're the voice of clarity amongst chaos, that's what I meant, because there's a lot of noise out there, right? A good visualization. If you guys have ever seen Times Square in New York or Piccadilly Circle in London, those areas where you have buildings with massive screens that there are ads running everywhere, right? That's what the world is today. There's a lot of chaos, whether it's online, whether it's physical, whether it's on TV, whether it's on print. There is so much volume and noise out there. So as product marketer, you need to be able to siphon through the noise, go to the source and really understand the problem. That's how product marketing succeeds, right? And it's always evolving. Now there's tools and, you know, with advent of AI, there's a lot of things that can help you, but fundamentally it's still the same. The problems are changing though. The world has changed, you know, so how we go after the problem today is very different than we did back in the 90s, back in the 2000s. So that's the biggest thing. Always be open to new ideas, new ways of doing things, and always look for innovative ways to understand your customer. You know, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to building relationships, right? That will never change. Business is business, but it's all done between humans. So having that understanding that there's a person on the other side that you're trying to understand and doing a contract with, that always helps. You know, so that's the way I see it. You know, so I can't say, hey, product marketing, it's not a stable, it's not a not an evolving ecosystem. It is. It's always changing, but it's changing because the world is changing, right? And you have to be able to adapt into that. All right. So hopefully that helps. I mean, think of it from that standpoint. Right.
Thank you, Peyman. Thank you. Yes, it really does help. It really does help. So, Peyman, we're not going to continue to keep you because I know you still have. Okay, today is Saturday. I was going to say there's office, but guys, we have to let Peyman go because I think weekends are the only time I feel Peyman has to himself. You see, Monday through Friday, we're always on calls with him, all right? So we have to let him go, but we are bringing him back to take a topic for Cohort 2. And those of you who are finishing with Cohort 1, it's open to you. We're going to make it open to the general public so that you can all participate. Peyman, thank you. We consider this an honor. Are you aware that my CEO at PrizeSkout is here on the call?
I saw him. Yes, I saw him.
Okay. Yes.
Hi, Peyman.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good to see you.
Great job with the company. You guys are doing really well. So I'm glad you guys graduated, and I look for many successes for you guys. So,
thank you.
Yeah, I had a lot of very great conversations with Ikedichi around you guys' company, and it was interesting how the messaging completely changed from how you were presenting to what you're doing today. So, and that's really what it's about. So, great job.
Thank you, Peyman.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Again, honor being here. Congratulations to all the graduates and for the school. And I look forward to see what comes out. I expect to see many startups forming, a lot of entrepreneurship coming out of this school. So it should be amazing. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the week. My pleasure.
All right. You too. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. All right. Amazing people. How do we feel? Are we excited? You know, we told you that this was going to be leaks. And at some point, I know some persons were already thinking, I hope he's not trying to pull our leg. When he said he's bringing these people, I hope he meant it and all of that. In fact, thankfully, when they began confirming, Peyman confirmed by posting on his timeline. The CEO of PrizeSkout confirmed by posting on his timeline. Techclout Africa did the same. I was like, okay, at least now people would see that we were not just trying to lure them to attend the graduation ceremony. We meant it. All right. I want to thank every one of us who is still here. I promise there is so much more where that came from. So please stay tuned. At this juncture, I want to bring someone very important and personal to me. That's the CEO of PrizeSkout. Before I bring him up, ladies and gentlemen, you know I mention him a lot. If you are in the school already, and those of you who will be coming into the school, you will notice that we mention him a lot. And this is owing to the fact that the product marketing or school is standing today stems from the fact that he nudged us to get started. And many of you accessed either full scholarship, partial scholarship, all right, it was owing to the fact that he made it possible. Guys, can we give him a round of applause? Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, can we put our hands together as I make welcome Mr. Babasola Adekunle Babasola, the CEO and co-founder of PrizeSkout, the almighty PrizeSkout that we always talk about. It's great to have you here, sir. Thank you so much for honoring our invite. Thank you.
Ikedichi, being a product marketer, there's always something interesting about you guys. The source and the package, I must say. Hi, everyone. It's a privilege to be here, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. I do not take it for granted. I know many of you will have been wondering and be longing to see the face behind. Who is that PrizeSkout CEO? Who is the guy? Who is the face behind it that has been making this whole thing possible and the rest? And first of all, I would like to give a special thanks to Ikedichi, because it seems to believe that I make the whole idea of a thing comes to life, but he forgot that his own rigor and not giving up on things really count a lot in the success of what started as just conversation and now gravitate towards a product idea, and now to something this massive in Ikedichi's voice when he's very happy. I must say. So to the graduates, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm also more excited that you guys are going to the world to make a meaningful impact, build new products, and just leave your footprint behind in the world of tech. So before I start, the topic I'm going to discuss with you guys is not what you have been taught in the class. I know you have been taught quite a number of things. Coming. Okay, I don't know if anyone can see my screen.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, so I'll be taking you on this topic, which I titled "Lead with Insights and Not Just Influence: Becoming the Product Marketer the Future Demands." I know you have learned a lot about good marketing.
Okay. You haven't. We know that it says you've started sharing, but we can't see the slide.
Oh my God. Okay, let me try it again.
Okay.
I actually did share. Okay. Okay, can you see the slide now?
You just began presenting. We hope to. Okay, yes, we can see it now.
Okay, great. So my short talk for today will be all about lead with insights and not just influence. and becoming the product marketer the future demands. As a matter of fact, your time as graduates, as an expert now in product marketing is start now due to the emerging technologies, AIs here and there. So before starting, let me quickly take you on a journey of my story. I started building tech products sometime around 2018, and we were the first to, I would say one of the first to work on a product that has to do with AI related for human resource and the rest. And then when we started, we're just trying to, make a lot of noises here and there to see, oh, we just, this is AI, and the rest of the thing. But one thing that we failed to realize that time, and is that making noise is not just, is not related on the same with making impact. And I get to learn the difference very late after the product failed. And then from the failure, as Peyman has noted earlier, failure also brings you closer to your success and also, in fact, gravitates you towards meeting the right team members. So, and I so much believe that from being a part of this Cohort-1, you must have learned a lot. And today, I'm just going to take you on the agenda. So I will not take much of your time. So what we are going to co-learn together, because I will not say I want to teach you. You guys are coming from diverse backgrounds, and you might have learned a couple of things from your university days to your work experience and etc. So what we co-learn will be leadership, start with self-awareness, and then how to lead with insight, but not ego, and then how influence is being heard through value, and also the conclusion part. Okay, so a little bit about myself. My name is Adekunle Babasola, as you all know, even though Ikedichi pronounced my name first, pronounced my surname first. I'm Adekunle Babasola. So I started my career in banking, a popular commercial bank in Nigeria, which is Guaranty Trust Bank. So where I work in the information service department of the bank. And from there, I moved to credit lending and a little bit of e-commerce. And after that, I started up a company called Power Chain in 2018, which eventually failed, and I learned the hard way. And from there, I started acquiring some skills in project management and joined a California-based firm that focuses on technology, softwares, and etc. So from there, from the experience there, I moved into an association called Project Management World, where I moved from volunteer to being an advisor of the board. From there is where the whole bit of PrizeSkout of a thing started. Thank God, currently we were awarded by Yale as one of the top 30 most innovative products from the whole of Africa. And also, being a supporter from behind of a product marketing school. Okay, so I will start with this, leadership, how it starts with self-awareness. First, to the graduates, I must tell you that you should not wait to be a manager before you can demonstrate leadership qualities. Don't wait until, they need to make me a vice president of product development or vice president of this or that before I can start exhibiting my leadership qualities. From your little role, let's say you join a company as an intern, you could make some meaningful impact by demonstrating your leadership quality, which is for you to carry the whole team along. Don't form like, oh, I know too much, I know so much about this, or oh, I'm the most celebrated here and there. And also, you must understand one thing. Yes, your skills, your analytics, go-to-market strategy, everything's are fantastic. But you must never forget one thing. Ask question. What does your customer need? You need to know what your customer need. Don't just build product. And this is uh, this is very hands-on for me when we started PrizeSkout. So I started first before Ikedichi joined me later. And we were just, get carried away with the ideal of, oh, this product will serve this purpose, this will serve this and that, without asking the right questions. What does the customer need? How do we make sure we can exceed their needs to their expectations? Because I've learned something over the years, and from the case of Apple, how it started as going from the needs of their customers to perception. And you must always remember that. And also, as a leader, you need to ask yourself one question: the kind of person you need to become to serve those needs better. Because if you are the type that is egoistic, that, oh, I don't want to calm down and ask some right questions, or most of these customers, sometimes they don't even know what they want and all those things, you might end up building a product that no one wants to even make use of. And do not forget your role. It's more like a CEO role, whereby any decision you make as a product leader will tell a lot about your team and your product itself. So the second is, you need to lead with insight and not with ego. I don't know. I love to emphasize this a lot, and this stood out for me because um, when we started, when I brought Ikedichi on board to join PrizeSkout, I didn't give him an open platform to, do his thing, and maybe I choose to micromanage him. A lot of things we will still, PrizeSkout wouldn't have gotten to this stage, though we are still at the infancy. However, we are not where we used to be 1 year ago. So it's not about your title at all, but the vision. And when, like I said, when Ikedichi joined PrizeSkout, I shared with him the vision. This is what we're building, and this is where, but we need to start from this particular space before we gravitate towards another. And it will interest you to know that um, that singular statement really helps the product and continues to help the product, even when we got into Peachscore. And do not forget, you'll be faced with a lot of pressure to chase trend, like all these social media stuff that, oh, we need to join this challenge, and tell a lot about your product and all those things, that maybe you can get traffics and this and that from there. And I'll bring to you a case of when Flutterwave started in 2016. They were more focused on building a community around their products instead of chasing the trends. And you will also notice the same pattern within the fintech space, like the way Money Point also operates. You hardly see them following trend, just like the way most startups are doing now, like the way all these fires and the rest. I'm not saying they are not good, but trust me, if you check the valuation of the company that chase trend with the one that don't, you will realize that there's a lot of high margin in amongst them. So you must try to build with clarity by understanding your customer and the team and the moment you are in. Know when to go with. So I'm not saying chasing trend is completely bad, but it's not really like the bed of roses the way it appears. So the third one is I have on my list is influence is earned through value. You need to ask yourself one question. If you if you want to feel like, oh, I'm the CEO, I'm the program marketing lead, and you know, the success of the company, I am the growth engine of this startup. So without me, yes, they can't do anything or the rest. You realize that, and it's fall back to the ego that I mentioned. If you go with, if you don't hand your influence through the value you're adding to your team, like asking yourself that, are you somebody that they can rely on, especially when they are going through some personal issues relating to their family, health, or whatever it is. And also for the product you're working on or building, you need to ask yourself a question. The contribution you're making, are they more thoughtful? Are they usable or more loved? You need to ask yourself those questions. If you're doing otherwise, you need to ensure that you recheck yourself and rebalance when necessary. And to your customers, because this is very key, are you creating clarity? Are you confident enough, or you are driving real utility by doing something they truly like or want, or something that could purposely serve their needs? And I will leave you with this quote. Don't chase influence. Try to earn it. And make sure you commit to becoming a value-driven professional. But that's the first thing. Because those people that are considered deliver value will never need to chase influence. It will automatically come. And if you notice what Peyman said in his keynote address, he mentioned about value. Don't put money first. And that's one thing I must really applaud Ikedichi for. Because when he joined the team at PrizeSkout and we told him, okay, this is what we are going to offer you for the basic salary, he said, it's not really about the pay now. It's about the output. And I told him that, see, I understand, but you know, family problems here and there, you have to also fix something. I said, okay, fine. If that's the case, fine. And from there, we moved from a certain amount. And after a few months of joining, he called me one day and I was like, oh, I do not know that within the space of 4 or 5 months, I will learn. I'll be this kind of person I am just by joining these startups, and I've already grown like 4 or 5 years ahead. And those are the things. And I must commend him because the influence is the hand, true value. And now he moved from just being a product marketing officer to being a co-founder. So, and that's how far you can go if you hand true value, if you hand your influence true value. And before I hand this my talk, I will leave you with this conclusion note. The world doesn't need more titles. What we currently need is people that can lead with art, with humility, and the hustling spirit. We want someone who can like, oh, I don't need to be speaking some grammars and all these things, but rather I want to put in. Sorry, can we? Okay, so as a product marketing manager, do not forget you're not just launching a product, you're launching futures, and your leadership is the brand that will always follow you. Thank you very much for the opportunity once again. I do not take it for granted.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kunle. Thank you so much, Mr. Adekunle. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your coming here today to do this means a lot for me, or personally. I mean, and this is because I know where we are all coming from and how far we've come, and how the relationship over time, I mean, evolved to this point where we are. And
Yes.
I have a couple of persons on this call with whom I mention your name all the time. For example, there's this amazing person here, Pelumi, is a business developer. I remember so often during conversations with him, your name would always come up. If I was still having a conversation with him last week in a WhatsApp chat, and he told me that he was telling people about you. He was telling his pastor rather about you. And one thing they said was, people like your kind are rare. And I say this openly in front of the whole world. You know, everything Mr. Kunle shared with us this evening, I must confess, he wasn't sharing theory. He was literally sharing his life with us. When he said leadership starts with self-awareness, I remember when I was hired and I joined PrizeSkout, and we got talking and began working together, trying to understand the team and everyone. Eventually, when he had identified my core area of strength, he wouldn't debate that area with me. He pushed me and allowed me stay there. And never for a second did my CEO feel threatened. In fact, for those of you who may have heard PrizeSkout from me directly, if you're not careful, you may think I'm the CEO of PrizeSkout. Yes, you may think I'm the CEO of PrizeSkout. Even at Peachscore Accelerator, a global platform that we got into, he pushed me and just said, go ahead. Not because the platform will not equally be valuable to him personally, but he just thought, you know what? You just go ahead. That's so. He's one person that leads with self-awareness. As far as I wish our leader engineer was here on this call. Our lead engineer would have the same thing, all right, to say about him. And when he talked about leading with insight and not ego, when I came into PrizeSkout, he allowed me, really. He allowed me. In fact, gave me some. I remember that the product team, they had done something and they had gone really far. And when I would come in and I would go to do research, came back with my case study and everything, and I was to present, I knew it was going to be an issue. Like, because these guys had made progress, they had gone far. How do we go back and start all over? Because we're going into version 2 of PrizeSkout. But do you know, when I presented the case study with leadership team and I presented it with my boss, when he saw the insight and saw where we were coming from, he gave the go-ahead. He gave the go-ahead and he went on to transform what we are currently doing at PrizeSkout. And yes, like he rightly said, influence is earned through value. In my own case, so I think it was barely 6 months after joining PrizeSkout that I became co-founder
Yes.
of PrizeSkout. And he's someone who rewards value. He's big on it. PrizeSkout is a company that rewards value. That's the thing. And it's no surprise that we are being led by Mr. Adekunle himself. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for doing this with me and doing it for me. I don't take it for granted. And I know that Cohort-2 scholars cannot wait to really have a real taste of these things we've been talking about. And for those of you who do not know what PrizeSkout is all about, you, because I'm sure you may be wondering, what is PrizeSkout? And PrizeSkout is a price comparison software. All right. See, for many of you who like to shop online, you go online, you buy things, you shop a lot and everything. What you don't understand is that price is an illusion. And there is something I always tell folks. You see, the prices of things you see out there on the internet, they fluctuate. Am I still clear?
Yes, you are.
Okay, awesome. The prices of things you see out there on the internet fluctuate at the speed of light, at the risk of exaggerating. Like, prices are always changing. All right. And I hope you know that it's not a flex to pay full price all the time for the things you want to buy. What if you can save money? You can keep more of your money, yet getting your favorite items online. So PrizeSkout is not another marketplace. It's not another Amazon. It's not another AliExpress. It's an e-commerce search engine, deal finding engine. And how it works is simple. When you create an account on PrizeSkout by going to PrizeSkout.com, spelled as PRIZE, then SKOUT.com, and you create an account. This is how it works. You want to buy something, rather than go through Amazon. Why not come to PrizeSkout and just type the name of what you want to buy? We don't need so much context. Just type the name of what you want to buy. Our search engine crawls the internet and pulls results from thousands of stores in one place. It helps you compare prices. And the moment you find something you love and say the price is too high for you and you cannot afford to pay at that moment, it's not a problem. Add it to your wish list. You know what PrizeSkout does for you? Once there's a price drop, it sends you a message that there's a price drop so that you can quickly buy at that time. And as if that's not enough, we have a coupon hub where we call the internet, bring all the coupons on the internet in one place just for you. And the extension, all right, is undergoing transformation. And this is an extension that follows you as you shop on the internet. For example, you get on Amazon, all right, and you get on Amazon, and then you want to buy something on Amazon. Before you add that item to cart, our extension tells you whether or not there is a discount with this product, and even shows you the coupon code in regard with that product. Literally follows you all over the place to edge. Oh, people are clapping for PrizeSkout. That's nice. To ensure that you maximize your saving. All right. And you will get to know more about PrizeSkout for those of you who are currently in cohort 2 and those who might be coming into product marketing school. Thank you, Mr. Kunle. I think some persons have questions.
You're welcome. Yes, I'm hoping to take questions. But before that, there was a question that I think I should provide an answer to. The person asked the question when Peyman was about to leave. The person said he or she would like to know the difference between product management and product marketing. So this has been a long debate. Been the fact that I've worked within being a product manager and also a little bit of product marketing. So before, there used to be a kind of segregation, like a product manager works on different case study, like preparing the PRD. What we call PRD is a product requirement document, whereby you tell everything an app or whatever it is, your software, whatever you're building to have, like the features, the objectives, what the personnel, the people that will use it, and etc. And also they communicate with the stakeholders of the product or the project. So it could be an internal project, it could be an external project. Like we have lots of enterprise solutions platforms that goes on in all these big corporate firms and here and there. But one thing, and product marketing is all about a product has been built and the product needs to be shipped out there. This is where they go to market. Those are the things you learned in the class from the PMS about the go-to-market, about the analytics and the rest. But the world has changed and a lot of things are now being work in sync. So I would say that being a product marketing person will automatically hand you a role of product management. And I would say you prioritize being a product marketing person. Because when we brought Ikedichi on board to join as a product marketing manager, I ensure that he works directly with the product designer and also the software engineers, because you need to understand what you're selling. They can't just build an app for you and you just go out there and start selling the app. You need to understand how it works, the back end of it, what the functionalities, how you build it. You need to be part of the process from the beginning to the end. So with that, you gain clarity on what you're selling and how you need to position your marketing. So I would say if it is in 2018 you are asking this question, I would say yes. Being a product manager and being a product marketer is two distinctive roles. But now I think and I feel like they are more in sync now. And you could see that AI has really taken over the job of the product manager. You can use AI to create your PRD, to do some research for use and the rest. But product marketing, AI is not going to take the role, rather is rather going to enhance it. So that's the thing.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm not going to add anything to that. You did justice to the question. And then someone asked, that's from Oyetunji Ayola. He said, thank God for the kind of person, or for your kind of person rather. How should a product marketing manager effectively lead a team that undervalues others' contributions, believes only their ideas matter, and rarely acknowledges the efforts of subordinates? What approach ensures that leadership still thrives in such an environment?
That's a very powerful question. And if I say I've not experienced this in the past, it's a lie. So it's kind of dicey, because if you don't really have so much stake in the company, it will be very difficult for you to make any changes or something. And I think having a good leader now, it's a privilege, because most people, and I feel like the way, I'm so sorry to say, this is not a stereotype, but when I haven't have any international experience, like working with US company or European company, I particularly I was in this kind of shoe that Oyetunji is currently his. When we started Powerchain in 2018, so we got there was a man who claimed to be an investor in quote. So we were hungry, and at that time I just left my job in banking, and I was, trying to, I didn't get to know the other side of entrepreneurship. I thought everything would be all rosy and the rest. So we got on a fancy office and, started looking for investors' money. Now we met a man in Ikoyi. We went there a couple of times. I told her, oh, your idea is brilliant. Okay, I'll give you guys 10 million as at that time. So the first thing they did to us was, oh, you guys should take 1 million first. Yes, I know that's the way it always was. When you see company that raise money, they raise 500K, they raise $1 million and all those things. It's not like the cash is being handled to them right on the spot to make use of. Sometimes it's come in the tranches, or sometimes it could be it's raised through is what we call SAVE. Now, when we started, we were having our idea, our product was going very fine until we brought this man on board. So when we brought this man on board, he first of all incorporated. We were not aware that building a global company, we are meant to incorporate outside Nigeria first. So what was just on our head was that, oh, we have a great product, so we don't really care so much about the external threat and all those things, or even bringing investors' money. Now, at this point, we brought in this man, and he went ahead to register the company with Corporate Affairs Commission here in Abuja. So after that, we just noticed that the man could call us at 10 a.m. I said, okay, we should come to Ikeja GRA and discuss what we have done. Then the next thing we realized that everything he has a background in law, but we are in the tech space, so we understand what we're building better. And at that time, whenever we said, he said no, we should go like this, we should go like that. So it was so difficult for us to scale. In fact, the product didn't even see the life. Though we were able to build the pilot, it was big, but the product ended up dying in the process. Because of what? Because of bad investor and bad leadership. So it's a little bit dicey. So when you find yourself in such an organization, especially startup space, I won't tell you that in multinational company you are going to experience this a whole lot, because it's filled with politics. And trust me, there's no way about it. But in startup, the team is small. So there's always a way. Uh, there's always a way to, to balance things in a way that, okay, if you are part of the early team, you can always speak with one of your investors, like the way me and Ikedichi is now. We are about 8 in numbers, and I'm very much close to Ikedichi in the sense that Ikedichi didn't just bring talent; he bring experience and extraordinary skills. Like I said, okay, so guy, what do you think about this? We're friends. There is no all these CEOs. This is just a title and doesn't matter. We're working as a team, so we can talk on things. And there was a time he told me about, oh, I don't like this our developer, that he's too corporate for my liking. He doesn't have this Elon Musk type of excuse that, oh, this and that. I say, okay, see, relax. This is how we should go about it. I had a meeting with that person and discuss it. And, I also have a meeting with him that, okay, see, we can't just take it because you don't like somebody on the team or somebody is giving you tough time and you say, okay, we should just discard. There's always a way around, to balance and to make everyone's idea to count. So you need to have somebody like that in your startup, in the company you're working with, someone that you can confide, maybe your line manager. But in startup, the line manager of a thing is not really it's not really that. It's not like a big company, so you can always interact. That maybe you can meet with your investors or your other stakeholders. I see what I'm experiencing. I have this idea. Don't just have an only idea without being backed with data will not fly. I will not lie to you. Come up with gather your data. Ensure that, okay, this is what I think we should do. This is what we are doing wrong. This is what we're doing right. This part we're doing wrong. This is the evidence. This is the data. So once you can present that, I believe there will be a way around it. But
Thank you.
Sorry for your case.
Thank you, sir. And since Mr. Kunle dwelt on startup, I think I might need to add just something in regard with the corporate space, especially given that I have someone in my corner who is largely in a space like that. And one of the things I have learned from watching how she handles issues is this. Over time, she has learned to document. All right. So conversations with such superior, make sure to document it. Especially for superiors who like to take credit for what they are not responsible for. All right, document. Those WhatsApp chats where you said, I have delivered this. Don't just say you've delivered it. Spell out what was delivered, at what time. You see those emails, those mails you get to send, copy the right people and specify what was delivered. You may think the leadership is not paying attention. Leadership is actually paying attention.
Yeah.
And it's only a matter of time before the whole, bubble gets to burst. All right. And the truth is out in the open. So make sure to document. If you know those times when you jump on a call and the person says, can we jump on a call outside of work time? All right. And you jump on that call and then they go take credit for it. Document. Take notes. At this time, we got on a call. When you're done, we are done with the call. This was what was discussed. If you can document as much as possible, it really is going to help you. And then if you're a leader here, it also helps to remember that at the end of the day, that was one of the things I learned from working with Mr. Kunle. You are a team. In a team, there is no I. It's always we. And when the team wins, everybody is winning. I remember when our design person had done something, and then I was making a presentation with my guy here. And when we got on a call and I was making that presentation, there were some extras that he noticed, and he was blown away. He was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, guy, you are this. But because I was not responsible for those extras, I was quick to give credit to the designer who added those extras. I mean, it was her own initiative, for which I thanked her. And I told my boss right away. And guess what? The due credit moved right away to her. So if you're a leader here, you must understand that as long as you're the one overseeing a project, whether or not you do not lift whether or not you lift a finger in regard with the product, once it is delivered successfully, the truth is you'll be remembered for being the one who led the team. That's the truth. Whether or not you lifted a finger, as long as it was delivered successfully. So it helps to ensure that, because as a leader, you're already on a platform. The spotlight is on you. No matter what happens, you get celebrated, so to speak. But you see your subordinates, they do not have that opportunity like you. So you are there not just to represent yourself, you are there on that platform to spotlight them too. And it really helps. So I think that answers the question. And someone was saying something in the comment section. No, I don't think you got what Mr. Kunle said. Someone said that is the role of a PM being overtaken by AI. No, he never said the role of a PM is being overtaken by AI. He said instead, AI is going to make delivery possible better. In fact, I remember he mentioned that AI is not taking anybody's job. If at all, what it's going to do is make things better. All right, Mr. Joshua J. Ono. And then someone said, what makes our product different and better than alternatives? Mr. Kule, should I respond to that?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I think you'd be the best person to take this.
Okay.
Because I remember you work on the competitive analysis.
Yes. And so this is what I'd say, especially with our experience at Peachscore. We've gone past the age of why is our product better. We are now in the stage of how is our product different. If you are still pursuing how is my product better, I promise you, it's a rabbit hole you could never come out of. Because for every one thing you think your product beats the competitor in, there is something else the competitor beats you with. And Peyman helped me see this. I remember when we were working on the competitive intelligence part, and then I went on to highlight all the positive things about PrizeSkout, and then made it look like there were no positive things about our competitors, and made it look like PrizeSkout was the perfect alternative. He called my attention to it and told me how showed me how it was even going to be a problem with investors, because they understand that compared to these people, the truth is there were some aspects or areas where they are better. So if we can stop competing on who is better and begin to compete on how we are different, I promise, all right, it makes all the difference. And interestingly, for those of them in product marketing school, we already taught them differentiation, positioning, and how to translate this positioning, all right, through messaging in a way that the people for whom you have built your product understand what makes you different, all right. We taught them all of this. So if you're asking that question, I want to assume that it's as a result of the fact that you are perhaps not with us already in product marketing school. So this will be an opportunity for you to join Cohort-2. It's a cohort-based program where you get in and you are expected to be done within 3 months. You get to learn at your own pace with daily office hour support, where you get to interact with mentors, all right, and all of that. Oh, someone said, what are the key milestones and activities for our go-to-market plan? I'm so sorry, we can't answer that question on this call. This is not a product marketing masterclass.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Mr. Kunle, thank you so much, sir. I remember you mentioned that you had to be somewhere. Thank you. Guys, can we also say thank you to Mr. Adekunle for joining us? Thank you for an awesome time with you, sir.
It's a pleasure, and thank you guys for having me around. Looking forward to this space. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do have a wonderful evening ahead of you. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Bimbolog, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right. What's the next item on the list, so that we move very fast and begin a round off for our people?
Yes. All right. I want to trust we've all been having an amazing time in today's ceremony. Just very briefly, we're going to have a quick breakout session to just network and have people share very quickly what they have learned so far. We've had an amazing lineup of speakers, share from their wealth of experience with us within the last 2 hours thereabout. And I'm sure you've picked a thing or two from what has been shared. I need anyone who wants to, unmute their mic, kindly raise your hands to share or offer from your own wealth of experience just to get us started in this segment of the ceremony.
Anybody? How many of you missed Peyman's session? Keynotes. If you missed, you really missed.
I hope nobody did.
Okay. Anyway, relax. We have the recording and we would make it available if you missed the session. Is there anybody who would like to unmute their mic and speak? Anybody? Okay, Oyetunji Ayola, please go ahead.
All right, thank you so much for putting this together. Such an amazing and insightful. I thought it was just going to be a graduation ceremony, but now we are here having some sort of master class again with those amazing talks. I remember one of the things that stood out for me at Peyman's talk I was speaking was he said something just in passing, and for me, I had to just put it down. He said, build with data, but not building with data alone, and be able to recognize that there are people behind those data. And I remember that Mr. DT also talks about this when we do our research classes, where it talks about there is the why people behave in a certain way, and there's how they behave. So it is very important that even if you are understanding what the data is saying, you should also know the reason why they are doing that way, just not letting them just go that way. I think that stuck with me. And on Mr. Babasola's talk, I feel like just give everything about leadership, speaking about leadership in all sense, ensuring that you do not do it just to make a statement or prove a point, but you are doing it from the standpoint of passing value and passing value with humility. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Oyetunji Ayola. I like the fact that you still remember many of the things we talked about. So qualitative and quantitative data. Quantitative data will give you insight into the numbers, like Peyman rightly mentioned. But again, as a product marketing manager, I know we tend to concern ourselves too much with the numbers. But remember, there are real people behind the numbers. That's why, while using quantitative data, it's also important that you combine that with qualitative insight. The behavior driving that number. If you ignore the people behind the number, I promise you that you would end up building a product that fails to speak the concerns language of the people for whom it has been built. And then you typically end up building for a market that does not exist. Thank you for that, Oyetunji Ayola. Any other person? Any other person? Any other person? Any other person? Okay. Before we bring Nathaniel Ike, who in about 10 minutes will speak to us on personal branding, I want to mention a couple of persons from this outgoing set or cohort. Melody Adekunle, for example, an amazing person at that. Melody, we want to thank you for the community engagement. Melody was one of the, what do you call it? My favorite persons to teach. I must confess. She was one of my favorite persons to teach, which was why during one of our webinars at the end, we saw a feedback. The team called my attention to a feedback she left at the end of one of our webinars due to internet connectivity and then Google Meet. In fact, Melody was one of the people who made us pay for Google Meets, the Google Premium. thing so that we don't have to be cut out during meetings. Because when one of our most engaged students give feedback or gives feedback rather in respect to how they felt with meetings, cutting off and all of that, we felt really bad. So when my attention was called to it, I told them that it was time for us to pay. If someone like Melody could be complaining, it was time for us to do something about it. She's an amazing person, a smart one at that. One of the most intelligent people I've come across. And like she rightly mentioned, she had done product marketing with yet another institute before she found us. And I'm glad we did not disappoint. Then there is Jess Ufaromi too. See, what you people don't understand is that we went through your, what do you call it, your capstone project, those assignments you submitted, and every one of you from Jess Ufaromi to Tomisi, you're going to still tell me what soap you're using. I saw something happening to the company's, the school's LinkedIn account just because we congratulated you and posted your picture. Tomisi, you never told us that you were a celebrity. And Tomisi used to be very quiet in class. Like, she would just breeze in and contribute during, she's laughing. She would breeze in, contribute during a community engagement, and then go back to her lessons, you know, and you wouldn't even know she's there. But I saw something happening to the LinkedIn. I was wondering, who is this lady? I had to go check. Is it more than the congratulations we sent to this person? But really, from Tomisi to Jesu Feromi, Oyetunji Ayola, that's Ayola Israel, to Sheyi who almost beat me up because while I was acknowledging every other person in the community, I did not tag him. It was like Minko, and he was crying. To Judy Chinyere, who joined when we had already got into the middle of the program, and yet she was able to catch up. Did so well in the exam, and I was like, okay, this is amazing. To Ayomide Tusin, all right, who never ceases to ask questions. And until she gets answers, she doesn't stop. To Justina Ugu, all right, who equally was amazing. See, I can go on to mention everybody's name. Let me see. Then Sarah Oko. Sarah, you were amazing. You were amazing. You see how I'm remembering everybody's name right off the top of my head. Roger from South Africa is not here. Then to Christina Chuku, the first person who said she was ready to move on with this. And she was the first person to make payment into the school's account. She said, please, can I get account details? Ready to move on with this and all of that. Thank you, every one of you. Wait, what else have I not mentioned? I'm going to remember other names as we go on. To, yes, Mitota, who moved from just being a scholar in the program to bringing an offer to us that we consulted for her, and we are currently working on her business with her. Mitota, thank you so much. What else have I not mentioned? I deliberately, I'm not looking at the names here because I want to see if I can remember you people's names right off the top of my head, but let me try. Then there is also Ogumbono Ibukoluwa, the powerful woman on LinkedIn. One thing I love about the people at Product Marketing School is that you people are influential outside of this platform, and it's really helped the program and the school, because I go on LinkedIn or social media and I see that our impression is going up, and I'm wondering, where is all of this coming from? And it stems from the fact that you people got value, and without even waiting for us to ask, you went on to also drive the program with your own value across social media. How about Osaretin Edit? Osaremen Edit. Amazing person at that. See, one you did not notice was that while I was not exactly always there with you people, I was noting every one of you. Emanuela Akinde, who would come to ask questions, and she wouldn't give up until she got an answer. If I remember when we would schedule call, because I was supposed to get on a call with her, and she did not stop until we had that call, you know, and all of that. Of course, it was not all the calls we eventually had. And then there is Eke Oluchi Patricia, who joined me. Thought I already mentioned your name. Eke Patricia, who also joined. And when I spoke with her, I was amazed at the feedback she gave because she was one of those who came into the program really late. Then, how about Tehila Brilliant, whom you would think is not really available, but you would not know that this man is busy devouring the entire program. Do you know when we're checking your scores from the exam? I was like, wait, so this man has been involved all this while, yet we did not know. Tehila, if you're here, I celebrate you. I just said all of this to say I celebrate every one of you. If you notice, not every one of you is graduating with this cohort. Some of you are going to be graduating with the next cohort. All right. Whether you're graduating with this cohort or you're joining the next cohort to graduate, I celebrate you guys. We started this together and we made it this far to the point that the biggest or the largest data-driven accelerator in the world would acknowledge us. It's such a big deal. Bringing Peyman here, bringing the CEO of PrizeSkout is really such a big deal. Well done, guys. You guys are the best. And I cannot wait to see what you go out there to do. And just like we promised you, we are connecting you with opportunities, job offers, internship opportunities in the coming weeks. Because as soon as you get certified, the next stage, if you still remember in your curriculum, is the whole career empowerment part or stage where we get to prepare you for interviews, we get to prepare you for product marketing interviews, get to work with you to fix your portfolios, your CVs. So get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, in just about 10 minutes, someone is going to be speaking, someone I respect so much, someone with whom we have done this up to this point. All right? Very supportive. Is someone I could call at 2 a.m. He's racing to answer the phone just because he wanted us to do this thing and bring it to where we are at the moment. And he's no other person than the managing director or managing partner and CEO of Techclout Africa, a fast rising media or what you call it company that is shaping and telling the stories of tech startups here in Africa, right? Particularly in Nigeria, who is no other person than the almighty Nathaniel Ike. He's going to be speaking to us on something that he has particularly excelled at. He's going to be speaking to us on how to build a personal brand on the internet and really be noisy about what you're doing, because in this age, in this time, while it is great to be good and skilled at what you do, the truth is, at the end of the day, have you not noticed that it's not exactly the most skillful in that sense, in quotes, that gets all the opportunities out there? It just does look like it's the most noisy. And in your own case, you are not only going to be noisy, your noise is going to be with because you are skillful. And in about 10 minutes, Nathaniel Ike is going to be literally taking us through how loud about your personal brand on the internet. What's it called? Nathaniel Ike. Yes, sir.
All right, Ike. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So it's really so nice to be here. I've been looking forward to this day. It's been such an interesting section, and I've learned so much from every of the speakers and even from Ike. And so let's just get to business so we don't waste time, right? My name is Nathaniel Ike, so I won't say too much about myself. There won't be need for that. So there's need for us to know each other. So let's talk privately. But then I would start by talking about. I would just create a narrative, what a lot of us know, but probably we don't pay attention to, these things. So before, it used to be when you go to school, if you have dad and mom, aunties who are graduates, what they did was just to go to school and they got a job, right? It was that straightforward and easy. But then time changed and the structure changed, and over time that stopped working. So in as much as it's good to go to school, but graduating is not the real thing, you have to probably come out with the first class before you be recognized. That was the narrative at some point. And over time it changed again. So going to school and coming out with first class wasn't really a real thing. You probably have to have a master's, right? That became the narrative at some point, and over time it changed again. So having masters was not the real thing, but having masters in a university abroad was something that was, you know, that was far beyond, you know, every other grading that you could think of. That became a narrative, right? And over time it changed again. And going abroad to study, do masters wasn't the real thing, but you have to go to an Ivy League university like Oxford, Harvard, and the rest before you could be rated, you know, be above your peers. And that was the real situation before COVID happened, right? But COVID happened and so many things changed. COVID taught us a lot of lessons. Then we began to see so many things that we were not paying attention to at some point. That was where we began to realize that ideally, you are not supposed to just rely on what you have mastered over the years. You could spread and learn more and build yourself. And COVID taught us, you know, projection, you know, visibility. People were out there, people were all online, people were, you know, demonstrating what they could do, you know, probably in their closet. They started doing it online. A lot of people were paying attention. And it was interesting because at some point, it wasn't really the certification that matters. What really matters then was the skill that you could act, that you possess, right? You are a front-end developer, you're a content creator. It doesn't matter if you studied Yoruba or English, whatever you study, it doesn't really matter. But the skill mattered, right? But then futurists came and said, this thing will not be the situation. Your skill set won't make sense at some point. What will make sense would be your personal brand. What would differentiate you from some other persons would be your personal brand. That would be your unfair advantage. Now, I'll say this category carry to you guys that you're a product marketing manager now. You have gone through the training, you're skilled, right? You know pretty much that you're skilled. But the only way you can run faster than other persons in this industry is when you craft a great personal brand for yourself. You have to be intentional about it because you are not the only smart person. No matter how smart you are, you pretty much aren't the only smart person. If you think you are very, very hardworking, people work harder than you do. People do more work. You think you don't sleep at all. Some people don't even blink their eyes. So the only thing that can make you, you know, move forward, you know, in this industry, in this tech space, because the tech industry now is very, very, there are a lot of persons there. So many persons there, front end, back end, everybody is there. In fact, slave mamas are even coming to tech industry right now. They want to make money. People selling wig, they are coming. They are coming. Like they are coming. They are not stopping. Some have connection. Some already have connection. But the only way you don't need their connection and you still move forward, you'll be seen and you get what you want is when you craft a personal brand for yourself. So I would just define personal brand in a very simple term. It's a way to craft how people craft this great, have this great perception of you from their own perspective. They figure you out, they see you as someone who is incredible, who is talented, who is highly rated, and that's because you were building a personal brand intentionally, and they can see it is glaring, right? They can see and they can rate you. So you don't have to be the one telling them, I am this, I have done this. They can see because you are always showing and you are telling less. So it's called show, talk less, right? Right. And that's pretty much what we'll call it. And why I'm saying this is because, you know, when we started at some point, Ike said you guys need to be showcasing what you guys are doing on LinkedIn. Yeah, it's strategy. It's strategy. It's not content, right? It's a way for you to document your journey. People are watching. Your next employer is probably on your contact list and you don't even know. Is watching how intentional you are. Is watching how committed you are. Because at the end of the day, it is not even talented people sometimes they are very, very proud. They are very careless. They don't care about you. But character and intentionality sometimes is what wins. Like that's your advantage over some other persons. Many persons, right? And these are people that go further. Now, when you are purposeful, you are intentional, you don't have enough skill. You can learn, right? You're humble enough to learn from others. And pretty much you have this unfair advantage of personal branding. And trust me, you will skill, like you will move very fast. You accelerate very fast. So I'm talking, or I'm saying this because I'm talking about the things I've actually experienced when I go into tech in 2022. Like officially, it was in 2022 I got into tech when I went for NYSC. So it wasn't like I studied tech or anything. I studied education and English. Even after graduation, I was never thinking towards that side at all. So it was during NYSC, from 2022 till now. That was when I started doing tech. And the interesting thing is that when I got into tech, I got to, okay, Ike taught me about LinkedIn. Then I didn't really pay attention. But when I got into tech, I realized that LinkedIn is really, really important for you to put yourself out there. You won't believe that I built I was intentional about tech. Like I was just talking about tech as if I'd known tech all my life. The passion was there. And trust me, I was getting access to so many things. In 2022, I was already nominated for Forbes Africa 30 under 30. 2022, I just going to tech. I don't have any track record already because I was visible. I was talking about it. I have an association with the brand who is already, making wave. And they were pretty much thinking that, oh, I've done a lot of incredible stuff. They were rating me so high. Do you understand? That was pretty much why after NYSC, I got my first role the same month. It wasn't the next month. Because I was very visible, right? So the most talented sometimes do not get the offer, right? It's the most visible. You need to put yourself out there. Like, put yourself out there. Put yourself out there, right? While you're putting yourself out there, of course, you have value, you have the skill set and all of that. But you need visibility and you need your voice to outsmart so many persons. Your voice, because you need to communicate, you need to negotiate. You need to negotiate, very important, because they will throw some things at you. But you knowing who you are, knowing the value that you possess, will definitely help you negotiate better. I'm telling you this because I do a lot of negotiation most times, and sometimes I win because I have a very loud voice and I speak up. So if you have your voice, if you have your visibility, you already have value already. But trust me, a lot of persons out there, so many influencers out there, they have their voice, they have their visibility, but they don't have value. They don't have value, they don't have integrity. That's the difference between you and them. You have the four of them. You have integrity, you have value, you have visibility, you have your voice. So why would you win? So I get a lot of opportunities, not because I am so qualified than every other person, but because I'm visible. And I talk about my stuff. I talk about what I do every time. I talk about my journey. Even today, I still wrote about something on LinkedIn. Talk about it and do not care about what people think, because that's what a lot of persons are pretty much concerned about. They care so much about what people will say, what people would think, like, what would they think? These guys won't even feed you. They won't feed you. Like, why would you even care? They're not going to feed you. Ask them for 1K. They will not send to you, but they will advise you. And trust me, it's not even everybody that is in the right position to give you a very correct advice, because they're not even in your position yet. Some persons have not built startups, but they know everything that works in startups. They've not built one. They've not skilled one. They've not learned any skill, but they can tell you that product marketing is not so good because it doesn't pay well. See, every skill set have the ability to pay you a lot. It's just about you knowing how to project. So when you are visible, you attract a lot, right? So before I just go, I'll just say one thing that a lot of persons do not pay attention to, which is networking. While you're building your personal brand, you'll be visible. A lot of persons will be reaching out to you, to connect with you, to partner with you, and the rest. But then it's very essential for you to build professional relationship, because it's who you know, and it's not even what you know sometimes. Like, it's about who you know. Like, knowing somebody this time around is not about you going to somebody, request person number. See, exchanging contact is not even about, connecting and networking. It's about when people see the value that you possess, they will come to you and you connect with them. A lot of times I've gotten a lot of opportunity, not because I pretty much know those persons, but because they can see what I can, they've seen my value, and I'm visible and all of that. I'm pretty much striking a deal with, a designer, someone that designs for Shopify and Bumper. And this guy designs for all the websites on Bumper and Shopify. And this guy came to me. I don't even know him. That's pretty much of, you understand? Because I'm visible, right? He wants to do something with me, not because but because I talk about my work, right? And that's why you have to build your professional relationship seriously. Take it very seriously. It's very serious, and you have to be creative about it. So one thing that most creative do not pay attention to is that as a creative, you need to know that one major thing you need to move higher is that you have to be creative. In as much as you're doing so much, you have to be strategic. You have to be thinking 5 steps ahead. You have to be thinking ahead. That's the only way to stay ahead, right? You pretty much can't just stay at one position and remain redundant and you expect to move forward. So professional relationship, very important. Put yourself out there. Talk about the work that you do. Put yourself out there. When you do that, you attract a lot of ultra successful people, because most ultra successful people are attracted to people that are valuable and they are out there. They will come to you. They want to use you, right? But then you also use them. There's a way to use them. So
I think we lost Nathaniel Ike for a second. How many of us gained something from Nathaniel Ike? Is always this passionate. He's always this passionate. How many of us gained something from what he shared with us? Okay, Nat. I guess Nat was about rounding off.
oh yeah. Thank you
Okay.
so much. I know I already spend a lot of time. So put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. And most importantly, while you're putting yourself out there, you're going to meet valuable people, successful people who are giving and not receiving. And one way you're going to be useful to them is you're going to demonstrate your own value, right? You've got to demonstrate your own value. You have to show that there's some meat in your bones. You have to show that you're different from some other person. Most of them are used to giving and not receiving. So look for a critical way to also give to them, right? And that way you'll be different and they will accommodate you. They will accommodate you. They will be the one giving you the offer. They will recommend you to big gigs and the rest, right? And the third thing is that you have to play the long game. While you're building professional relationships, don't just build those relationships for now because of what you want now. You want a job now. You don't care about the next one. You know, it's not gonna favor you. So play the long game. Build professional relationship for the long-term benefit. It will pay you at the end, right? Because that's the only way you're going to reap the benefit that will come from it. And so the summary that I'm gonna say for this is that the key value or the key way for you to build professional relationship is that you need to understand that professional relationship is always built on trust and mutual benefits, which is built over time through a process of mutual exchange and reciprocity. And pretty much that's how you build a professional relationship. It's very, very important. And trust me, if you do this, you're going to do very great, right? Put yourself out there, talk about the things that you've done, your voice, your integrity. Because most times when people trust you, you've built professional relationship, you will instill trust, right? People will trust you. But if you fail them, if you don't have integrity, you won't be able to keep it. So while you're building professional relationship, they will come to you, you attract value. Value will come. You will now use your integrity. Maybe you don't have integrity, you now spoil it. You won't want to do that, right? And yeah, that's it, Ike. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nathaniel. Please, can we give Nathaniel of Techclout Africa a round of applause? Like I was about saying before he came back, after he had issue as a result of his internet. He's a very passionate person, and it's amazing how I taught Nathaniel how to optimize his LinkedIn, but today Nathaniel has more followers and more influence on LinkedIn than myself. Nathaniel has about 16,000 followers on LinkedIn. I am stuck at 1,000, I think 600 or so followers on LinkedIn. It's fine. It's fine. All right. And but thank you, Nathaniel. Thank you. I mean, you said a number of things that stood out for me. One, you want to ensure that you give value. All right. What do you call it? When it comes to networking, it thrives on mutual reciprocity. Okay. I remember when I was in the university, this guy was invited to give us a talk. It was a very exclusive talk for campus entrepreneurs at the time. Shola Kindele of Paystack. I remember he said something to us in regard with what Nathaniel just said about value, networking. And he said the problem with young persons is that we run about trying to network and network and network without any substance to it. So if there's going to be a substance to your networking, all right, you want to ensure that your networking is built on mutual reciprocity, which is very important. And then there was something else Nathaniel said. I want to reiterate that. Please, I hope you do understand that nobody's going to feed you. As a product marketing manager, you are done with this program, or as a talent, you must understand that nobody is going to feed you. Like you always say, or most of us like to say, we left home to feed home. You could not have left home to feed home, only to come start acting timid on social. You will go back home, and you might not be lucky to find any home to get back to. And that's the truth. What am I saying in essence? Like you rightly said, nobody is going to give you money. Nobody is going to feed you. When you come on social media, stop worrying about sounding cringe. I remember I had a conversation with one of our students in Cohort-2, and I told her, move what you're doing from WhatsApp to LinkedIn. If you go to LinkedIn, she tagged me on the post, I reposted and then commented her. She said, but on LinkedIn, people are all, I said, no, don't go on LinkedIn trying to be like everyone else. You have an amazing personality. Take that to LinkedIn. Take that personality to LinkedIn. Others on LinkedIn are formal. Don't go there and be all formal. Go and be your whole chatty person like you are on your WhatsApp timeline. And she did. First day of jumping on this on LinkedIn, she was wondering what happened because of the traction she got. All right. So when you get on LinkedIn, or not just LinkedIn, on social media as a talent, have it that remember that nobody is going to feed you. But let me also add this. An approach that we often get wrong, especially when it comes to getting on social media as talents, is this. We go there, Nathaniel rightly mentioned it, because you've got to be strategic. You go there, you begin to tell. The problem with telling is that every other person is telling. All right. I'm a product marketing manager, you're telling us. I'm a this, you're telling us. And then you begin to tell us this, you're telling. When showing is actually how you win on social media today. This guy will always say it. There's this very popular handle on LinkedIn. He says, show, don't tell. Rather than come here to tell us that you're a content creator, why not create content and then we see, and we'd want to work with you as a result of that. And we cannot overstate why personal branding matters when it comes to building anything, especially if you're a talent. We can't overstate. In fact, it makes you very valuable to any organization you want to work with. What many of you do not know here, if you are from product marketing school, is that I have a TikTok account that has more than 30,000 followers. All right. And guess what? It's made me, a very valuable asset to PrizeSkout and any organization I'm involved with. It means anybody who wants to bring me on board their team already feels that this person is so valuable that we cannot afford to do what? Underpay. So when they come to the negotiation table, like Nathaniel rightly mentioned, we are negotiating. It's not like they're doing me a favor. All right. It's not like they're doing me a favor, which is what people say, this young boy called Pella is cringe, he's this, and all of that. But do you realize that despite that, brands work with him? Brands don't care whether or not you are cringe. There's this guy called Kata Efe that has notoriety for nuisance. He's a clown. And he knows it. He knows he's not funny. All right. He knows he's not a funny person. But guess what? The fact that he's being clownish about he's not being funny is making people pay attention to him. And brands are working with him. Brands are working with him. So if people like that could be getting massive offers, leveraging opportunities just because they are visible, how much more you? with the rigorous training you have received over the months, how much more you have substance. There is a part of you the world is waiting to see. And when you get on the social media, please forget about trying to be like everyone else. Forget about trying to sound like everyone else. Don't write like everyone else. You see, there is a part. Have you not noticed that when you're having conversations with people, especially family and friends, there's something about you that makes them want to listen, and then they are all laughing, they are all chattery about the whole thing, and then you're wondering, is it really the same person that is making them laugh all this? I mean, this much. There's always something about you that makes people, your loved ones, want to laugh, or your acquaintances want to laugh. You see that thing? Ask them, what is it about me that always makes you want to listen when I talk? Once you find what that is, take it to social media. You see that raw, unfiltered part of you that people would ordinarily find cringe. I promise that's your superpower to unlocking social media, to unlocking your visibility on social media. I don't know if that makes any sense. I just needed to add to what Nathaniel said. Ladies and gentlemen, this was meant to be a graduation ceremony where, what do you call it? It was meant to be a graduation ceremony where we come, we celebrate you for having gone through the program. But we said no. We need to ensure that beyond what you've been taught in the classroom, you are equally equipped with even soft skills with which you can thrive out there. So we are coming to a very important segment of this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is still the graduation ceremony of Cohort-1 of Product Marketing School, the only cohort-based and marketing-based school you'll find in Africa. We don't teach any other thing but product marketing. We are highly specialized, and that explains why we deliver quality. And if you were here when people were giving their feedbacks, one thing that people kept on mentioning was our community engagement. We don't leave you to yourself. In fact, the only reason people who just joined Cohort 2 are not seeing a lot stems from the fact that we wanted to be done with this graduation ceremony. So if you made it through Cohort 1, I celebrate you. And beyond just training, we have a vertical where we do talent outsourcing. We connect you to global opportunities. By the way, Peyman, it might interest you to know, all right, we already gave us access to a pool of founders across the world. And just thank God someone is confirming it. So just this morning, a founder reached out to me, or someone from a team reached out to me to ask me about the whole process for applying to take our talents. We have not opened the application portal yet for companies to apply. All right, so there are opportunities for jobs and internships. Ours is to train you so that when you go out there, you don't embarrass us, because our name matters. All right, it matters so much to us. So there is talent. Then apart from, as if that's not enough, there's also the third vertical to product marketing school, which is the marketing intelligence, where we sell data, points. We sell market intelligence about different sectors and industries. But of course, that particular vertical has not fully been activated. For now, we are much more focused on talent, training and talent. All right. And if you want to get into product marketing school, this is the right time to get into it. The partial scholarship by PrizeSkout, whose CEO you saw here, is still ongoing. At least you heard him talk in person, all right, so that it doesn't feel like we made things up. It's still ongoing, and you can get into the program to what do you call it? To reach out to us. All right. All you need to do is go to PMM, all right, then -school.com. PMM-school.com. That's how you reach out to us. When you get there, you see the first call to action button that says create a learner account or student account. Click on it. You will reach out to us and we get you onboarded. You learn at your own pace. You get started immediately. And it has hands-on support, like many of them have attested. All right. Then let me add this very quickly. Just give me a second. Okay, then if you have been in this what do you call it now, call up to this moment, I'm glad to announce to you that the recording is going to be made available. Then there is, for those of you who are moving into our alumni community, take it from me, like we promised you before you started the program, one thing you can count on is career support. Even when we have connected you with job and internship opportunities, one of the things we have promised your employers or potential employers is this: we are still going to be in the background, continually mentoring, furnishing you with up-to-date information. So please take advantage of the career support, or what do you call it, community, then the alumni community. It's all there for you. All right, it's all there for you. And then for you in the alumni community, all right, it might interest you to know that we are launching what we call the marketing case study series, where we are literally going to be showcasing your skills to the world. It's more like a demo day where we give you a case study to crack, and during LinkedIn Live, before founders, investors, hiring managers, you're going to be presenting, showing us how you're solving a given marketing challenge. So get ready. The marketing case study series is going to be kicking off. So we have a lot planned for you. Then for your certificates, we are going to be getting them across to you, or we'll be mailing them to you this week. I hope you know that we are a properly, what's it called, incorporated registered school. So you're receiving, what do you call it, a recognized certification. We could not even go through the hurdle of incorporating and registering, getting recognized without providing background in education and all of that. While I'm the director of curriculum, it might interest you to know that there are other directors on the platform. It's just that you people see my face a lot. And by God's grace, we are also working on a particular licensing from the United States also, to sort of give this global outlook to what we are doing. All right. We're working on one major licensing. And this is because we are trying to bring more instructors from outside the continent to join product marketing school, so that we have someone take positioning and messaging, another take pricing, another take what do you call it, product marketing introduction, just having different instructors and mentors do that. And then we're also going to be, as from Monday, check your dashboard, graduating students, office hour is going to be launched on Monday. You can breeze in anytime and say hi to the team. Office hour is a session like this. We are at a specified time of the day, from Monday to Friday. You can breeze in and say hi to the team, ask questions. Maybe we need to prep you for your interview. Come and talk to the team. We are always there, 1 hour per day. The link is active. You join, you talk to us, office hour. All right. So get ready. And it was, of course, for those of you in cohort 2, guess what? Office hour was actually is actually being launched because of you. And if you're interested in getting into product marketing school, I know one of your questions would be, but if cohort 2 has already started, am I not going to lose out? Am I not losing out already? No. The way our school has been designed is so that we graduate a cohort every 3 months. Every 3 months. It means when you join, in 3 months, we graduate you as part of a cohort. All right. And that's it really. So if you want to get into the school, just go to pmm-school.com and then click on the create a learner's account button. It will bring you right away to us, and then we get you onboarded right away. And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to pay all at once to get into our school. We have ensured that the payment is very flexible. Make a deposit and start learning, and pay as you go. I don't know if that makes any sense. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, all right. We are coming to the very end of the graduation ceremony. But again, there's something I think I have missed out. Just give me a second. Okay, awesome. So there's something I want for us to do very quickly, please. And we'll just do it for a second or two. We are good to go. Can we all turn on our camera? Can we turn on our camera? Everyone, please. Can we all turn on our camera? It's in the usual. Can we all turn on our camera, please? Everyone. Everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. Tomisi, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Yeah. Hi, Judith. Can we all turn on our camera? Good. I want to see our people. I am immediate to see. Seems you're always working. Hi. Hi, Nathaniel. Hi, Melody. I say good, so how are you doing, sir? Good to see you. Florence, Isaiah. Can we all turn on our camera? We want to see our faces. Of course, except for Comfort Oga. Except for Comfort Oga. All right, can we do that? I just want to take a quick screenshot, and we need it's important. Okoro is door. Are you unable to turn on your camera? Okay, good. Okoro is, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Florence, Isaiah. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. You better post for the camera. You don't want to post. All right. I'm going to stop smiling. Hi, Mitota. Finally getting to see your face after all the while. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Good. We are good. We may all turn off our cameras now. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone who joined. What do you call it? This session. Thank you for coming to celebrate with us. Congratulations to everybody who is graduating from the Certified Product Marketer Accelerator Program. You guys are the real MVPs, all right? You guys rock. I celebrate every one of you, like every single one of you. And I cannot wait to see what you go out there to do. Expect your certificates mailed to you.
Yes, not forgetting something. Book.
Hold on, just a second. That would happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I celebrate every one of you. I'm so proud of you guys. Like, I'm so proud of you guys. All right. So do we have Tommy C. Sonia on the call? Just unmute your mic unmute your mic and respond. Do you have Tommy C on the call? All right. Do we have Chinyewe Judith on the call?
Yes.
All right. Do we have Sarah on the call? Is there Sarah Oko on the call? Is there Sarah on the call? Sarah was here. Justina Ugu, are you here on the call? Tina was here earlier. Do we have Ogumbono Ibukolua on the call? Oh, awesome. Do we have Christina Chukwu on the call? Okay, so Christina had to quickly leave because I think she had to return to work. You guys in the UK, I pity you. What you guys are living is not life. Do we have a Sunday Melody or Moyewen on the call?
Yes, sir.
Oh, awesome. Wait, Jumai Samuel, are you in cohort 2? Okay. But you want to get into cohort. Wait, Jumai Samuel, are you in cohort 2? Awesome. Please send me a message on WhatsApp if you have my number. Emanuela Akinde, are you on the call? Emanuela Akinde, are you on the call? I don't think she was on the call earlier. I saw her. Eke Oluchi Patricia, are you on the call? Are you on the call? And Tunsi Ayomide, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Yes, Abba, okay. Oyebamire Shei John, are you on the call? Melody Oluwakemi Adetunji, are you here? Awesome. Praise Sofolahon, are you here? That's Tehila the brand. I'll be brilliant Tehila also. Praise Sofolahon, are you on the call? Sarah Oko, I don't think she's back here. Margaret Mitota, are you on the call? I noticed she came in earlier. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, all of these people whose names I just mentioned are the amazing people graduating from cohort 1. Can we all congratulate them? And then we have some of them who will be graduating with cohort 2. 2 persons dropped out of the program. They are not dropouts, by the way. They dropped out because they had some challenges they had to deal with. We tried our best possible to see how we could help. But eventually, when we thought it didn't even help them being in the program, we encouraged them to drop out. Yes, Ayola Israel. I'm so sorry. Ayola Israel. Congratulations, Ayola Israel. I'm so sorry. All right, I missed you. So sorry. All right, congratulations, everyone. Nathaniel Ike has an offer for us. All right. And Nat, please, can we make it quick? All right. But of course, we have not picked. That's the thing. That's why I'm holding off. We haven't picked a person yet intentionally. It's why I'm holding off. So what do you think, Nathaniel?
Okay, till then.
Okay, till then. Awesome.
Yeah, but anyone that needs,
Go ahead.
Okay, if anyone needs a copy of, my book on personal branding, you can say it on the group and I will attend to you. It's
okay.
My best-selling book currently. Yeah.
Okay. So if you need a copy of Nathaniel's book on personal branding, please do well to indicate on the group and Nathaniel will reach out to you. Thank you, everyone who joined this call. Then I have some friends who came to celebrate with us. They are friends from my family called the Family of 5. Ogatolu, Jumoke Afolari, Priska. I wouldn't say Ukola anymore. I would refer to her by her husband's name. And then Lawal Peter. Then I also have my friend and brother, Adetona Abidemi, who came to celebrate. In fact, he has been an active supporter of the school. In fact, you might even mistake him for a stakeholder. And then, of course, my friend and the CEO of Sphere NG, Ayolofi, was here a while ago. Thank you. And I want to thank our powerful and amazing administrator who interestingly moderated this conversation today, Abimbola Oga. And many of us like it when she's the one doing the talking. You love how she sounds, don't you? Yeah. Thank you, everyone. So during the week, expect your certificate in your mail. But please, let's get started with your CVs, your portfolio. Please, when we begin jumping on calls, I hope you understand that it's going to be on a first come, first served basis. But remember, we also have cohort 2 people to attend to. So please, when we are jumping on calls with you, make yourself available. Let's fix your CV. Let's fix your portfolio. Let's take those things you did, those assignments you did during the program, and let's take them and turn them into a portfolio that we're going to be presenting your potential employers with. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations, everybody who joined this call. In case you want to make inquiries about product marketing school, you want to reach out, please go to pmm-school.com or send a message to 070-6579-0965 on WhatsApp. 070-6579-0965 on WhatsApp. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all. Do have a wonderful evening. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. All right. And this brings us to the end of the graduation ceremony for Cohort 1. Please, as you're leaving the call, don't forget to take your food by the door. Take your food, take your drink, take your snacks. All right, please don't litter the environment. When you eat, take the pack home. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Do have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Nathaniel. Thank you, Prince, for joining the call.